somewhere under the ground behind a door that you built yourself with a hinge, that you also built yourself, you are waiting. You have been waiting for a very long time, and you are extremely good at it. You are a trapdoor spider, and your entire life philosophy can be summarized in 4 words. Build the door. Wait. You were born in a burrow, your mother's burrow, and your first lesson was the door. How it fits, how it seals, how it disappears into the surrounding ground so completely that something can walk directly over it and never know you are there. And then you left, and you built your own. You dug the burrow, you lined it with silk. You constructed the door from soil and silk and debris, a cork-like disc with a silk hinge that opens and closes so precisely it is effectively airtight. And then you camouflaged it with the exact local material surrounding the entrance leaves. Soil, small stones, whatever was there, so that your door looks like the ground, because it is the ground. And then you ran silk, trip lines outward from the entrance, across the surrounding soil, like a web of invisible sensors that tell you through vibration alone exactly what is moving on the surface above you, without you having to look, without you having to move, without you having to do anything except hold the door and feel and wait. When something triggers a trip line, you open the door in a fraction of a second strike and close the door again. The whole thing over before most prey understands what happened. And then you go back to waiting, which is not a hardship. Waiting is the strategy. Waiting is the entire point. You can hold the door shut from the inside, with your legs braced against the burrow walls, resisting a force 140 times your own body weight, trying to open it from outside. You are not just waiting behind a door, you are the door. And this works for years, sometimes decades. The oldest known trapdoor spider lived 43 years in the same burrow behind the same door. The same trip lines the same patient darkness. 43 years of the same wait, the same strike, the same door closing on the same small piece of ground that was always entirely enough. And then if you are a male, one day, something shifts, and your biology sends you the same message every male in this series has eventually received. Go find a mate. So you leave the burrow for the first time in years, possibly the first time since you were born, and you walk out onto the surface into a world you have no door for, no trip lines, no burrow, no camouflage, just open ground and everything on it that has been waiting for exactly this. Most males do not make it back. They find a mate or they don't, and either way the surface takes them, and the burrow sits empty. And if you are a female, you never leave. You wait for 43 years behind the door with the hinge and the camouflage and the trip lines and the patience. And then one day, a parasitic wasp arrives, a pompilid wasp that has specifically evolved to find trapdoor spiders behind their doors. It does not get confused by the camouflage. It is not deterred by the door. It finds the edge it digs, or it tricks you out and it stings you and lays an egg on you, and its larva eats you slowly from the outside in while you are still alive.